Hi, this is John with Flat 6 Motorsports. Today we're taking a look at the 718 2-liter Cayman with quite a few modifications. Let's get into it. So the 718 Cayman is a very capable platform, mid-engine. It's got decent horsepower from the factory, good torque out of the turbocharged motor, but there's a lot of things you can do to make this a very interesting car. Now this car specifically, let's just get into the overview real quick, has a GT4 front bumper conversion, it has the flat 6 smoke side markers, it has an Öhlins road and track coilover, so the car is lowered and it's sitting on the flat 6 wheel spacers. I just put the wheels out to make it proportionally look correct. It also has a fab speed exhaust, a Cobb access port with a stage 1 tune, and a numeric shifter. So overall, a pretty cool enthusiast build. Let's take it out on the road, see how it drives, and I'll give you some impressions. Okay, so we're setting off here in the Cayman, and this is a 2-liter. It has a Cobb tune on it, so a little bit more power than stock, up probably about 50-60 horsepower. So we'll open it up here in a second, but I want to say off the bat, what's really cool and interesting about this car to me is, it's kind of the reason I started this business, is it's easy to go out and buy a great car. All Porsches obviously are great cars, but this is a humble 2-liter, and just doing some of the right modifications to it to make it a completely different vehicle. And I think that's what's really inspiring about different people's journeys is getting in a car that, maybe some people would say, oh, it's just the base, you should have bought, a GTS or a GT4, but making it something really unique and special. And that's what's really fun and brings a lot of passion to me about the business and all the other team members here at Flat 6 is, just being able to carve a journey for somebody, to take something that's a humble vehicle and make it something special. And I definitely think this checks a lot of those boxes. It has a GT4 front bumper, and in Guards Red, it just looks so incredible. It's such a striking car. The ride height's perfect. The wheel offset's perfect with the wheel spacer kit. This is sitting on some Öhlins road and track coilovers, and good amount of street compliance here. We're on a pretty bumpy road, but not too different from stock feeling. Right away, I can kind of feel a little more torque come in when I'm just on the throttle. This has a numeric shifter as well, so it has kind of a combination of a lot of interesting enthusiast grade mods. The fab speed exhaust adds a nice little tone to it. Obviously the 4-cylinder turbo doesn't sound as good as a naturally aspirated flat 6, but it makes good power, and having a little more noise back there is very welcome. So let me drop it into sport mode. We'll take some turns here with the car. Well, that turbo comes in good. Wow. So not the fastest car in the world, but it's definitely peppy. It's got good response, and right away, one thing I notice is the handling. It's crazy because you can take the 718, put some Öhlins road and track coilovers on it, and you literally have one of the best handling cars on the road. It's incredible. Obviously, you're blessed with the Cayman, but it's crazy that just that one simple mod really transforms the car. I love the numeric shifter. It adds a great amount of positive engagement, shortens the throw a little bit too. It just makes it feel, very alive and very, purposeful versus the stock shifter, which has a little vagueness to it and a little cheap feel. But the mid-range in this car is really good. It's got really good throttle response, nice exhaust tone as well. But overall, wow, just kind of a fun car, a car I feel like you can go 10/10ths in and you don't have to worry about, your safety or going to jail. Just overall a really nice package. Now this customer is actually going to come back and do a pure turbo on this car, so I'm excited to see the power level of the 2-liter with a pure turbo, maybe get this thing up over 400 horsepower at the crankshaft. That'd be a really nice, power level for this car, probably like a tuned GTS or something like that. But I think that kind of power level is kind of needed. This chassis is so great. that it really needs and invites more power. I think he's done some Hawk pads on the car. I think he's going to do the gyro disc upgrade, so a little bit better braking. But with this power level, the brakes are definitely sufficient. Actually had them powder coated Guards Red to match the car, which looks really nice. There's a couple other little bits. The GT4 side scoops some carbon fiber bits as well on the car. They just kind of make it unique and special. But overall, it's a very striking car. I mean, the GT4 front bumper looks really great. And what's really cool about this motor is it's actually derived from the 991.2 or 992 Carrera motor, the 3-liter. It's the exact same dimensions, the architecture of the motor, except 2 cylinders chopped off. So instead of the 6, it's a 4. But that means you get a lot of the great engineering that Porsche developed in those engines that can carry forward. So this should be able to hold a lot of power. And I think with a lot of power, this would be a very exciting car. I think where it sits today is a fun car. Maybe if you're new, to the Porsche scene, maybe this is an ample amount of power, but obviously we drive a lot of, up to 1,000, 1,100 horsepower cars. So it definitely doesn't light your hair on fire, but I think this is a great example of, a couple little modifications that really just enhance it. And I'm excited for the future with more power. If you have a 718 Cayman, you're interested in modifications for your Cayman or Boxster, check us out at flat6.com. We have a host of solutions from power to handling, looks, we have it all. So check us out. Thanks, we'll see you in the next one.